I'm Dr. Susanna Bozzoni, and we are going to talk about finding joy in your relationship with food. Why is this important? Well, we have a lot of emotions that are tied very closely with food. And I encourage you to get curious about your relationship with food and what emotions come up. So I often hear guilt, anxiety, or frustration. But the goal is that we can convert those emotions to those of joy or curiosity or delight. And how do we do that? Well, let's take it in the context of the most common groups of patients I see. One are those that are coming in the door with a diagnosis that they want to address through the root drivers, food being one of those. For example, look at diabetes or heart disease or gut issues. We can really find power if we address the foods that might be fueling disease and transform them into foods that will fight disease. But in that, there's a lot of emotion that comes up. And in those patients, a lot of times there's a power struggle. There's a power struggle, the foods that control us, but sometimes we perceive that if we were to give up these foods, they would somehow drain our power. And recognize that that's a perception, right? And if we're resenting giving up these foods, we're putting ourselves in the role of victim. That's not powerful, right? But if we transform that perhaps resentment or that tendency that we have to say, oh, I've got to give up this and I've got to give up that. Well, if we transform that to one of intentional choices to find something powerful on the journey to our finest selves, well, that's sustainable. And we can consciously take time to get curious in that relationship with food and recognize where we can transform resentment or frustration with our food to something of a power and intention. And then it becomes something we can find joy on our journey. Or let's take it to this other group of patients I see commonly, which are commonly whole food plant-based eaters that are eating SOS free and super clean, and they've set this bar for themselves that's so high that they're constantly saying, well, I should do this. Yeah, I'm doing this, but I should do this even more. And they've lost their joy in that journey, or sometimes they're feeling isolated because they find that they can't connect to others around food as a result of such a high standard of eating, or one that is making them feel trapped. So in those people, I would say, let's get the focus off of the I and the should do and see where we can find connection and joy in that journey. See where we could bring the we into the picture, and that just reignites the flame that got you on that journey in the first place. For example, can we teach a teen to cook healthy food or to grow healthy food? Or can we get in a support group of others that are on that journey of intentional choices towards their most vibrant self? So finding that sense of power in the journey will certainly cultivate more joy in the process, and it really requires curiosity and checking in along the way. So I hope this is helpful to recognize how important it is to create and sustain healthy living by making it something you enjoy and create undeniable delight in your journey to your most fine, wonderful self. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.